हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गायै नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। भवानी शङ्करौ वन्दे श्रद्धाविश्वासरूपिणौ याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धाः स्वान्तस्तमीश्वरम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। So Bhagwan tells Arjuna about his supreme nature, that I pervade this whole world in my unmanifest form. and everything exists in me, all beings exist in me, but I don't exist in them, and in me there are no beings. Nachamasthani bhutani. So this is the most wonderful, most mysterious nature of that supreme reality. The entire creation has come from it, it exists in it, and again merges back into it. From the standpoint of creation, the supreme reality pervades everything. But from the standpoint of the supreme reality, other than that, nothing is there. So, when we are aware of this world, when we see this world, there appears to be Dvaita, difference. Difference is just an appearance. But when we realize that supreme truth, we come to understand that everything is one. So that Brahma is my own self. In the Upanishad also it is said that Mayyeva Sakalam Jatam in Kaivalya Upanishad. Mayyeva Sakalam Jatam Mayi Sarvam Pratishtitam Mayyeva Layam Yati Tad Brahma Advayam Asmi Aham. That everything is born in me, it is sustained in me, and again merges back into me. That self is that Brahma. So Bhagavan says that though I am not in the world, means I am not in the, my nature is different, the nature of the world is different. I sustain the world. I project the world, I sustain the world. Bhagavan gives a very beautiful example that just as Akash, I am like Akash, and this world is like air, Vayu. See, the Vayu is born in Akash, it is sustained by Akash, and then again dissolves into Akash. Vayu is not different from Akash. But when it is expressing, its expression is different. The Vayu moves, Akash doesn't move. The Vayu remains still, the Vayu is more manifest at one place, less manifest at another place. So Vayu we see lot of differences, but in Akash there are no differences. So everything is born in Akash, the Vayu is born in Akash, sustained by the Akash, and again merges back into Akash. So I am, that Atma is that Akash, and this world is like the Vayu. So world is not mithya as many believe. World is not mithya. World is also real, but it is constantly changing. Therefore world is called Vyavaharik Satta. Vyavaharik Satya. Transactional reality. It's constantly changing. And world is an expression of Bhagavan's Shakti called Maya or Prakriti. And this Maya is not different from Bhagavan. Maya is not mithya. Maya is one with Ishvara. Maya is not, one cannot say that it is real, unreal. That definition doesn't hold good for Maya. Maya is not different from that Brahma. and everything is expression of that Maya. But due to our avidya, we see differences. And that differences, seeing the differences itself gives rise to samsara and sorrow and pain. So through knowledge, when we eliminate this avidya, all the differences get dissolved. Dvaita prapancha is dissolved. We come to realize that oneness, ekameva advitiyam brahma, that kaivalya avastha is attained. So this Bhagwan explained very beautifully with the help of example. So this just as Akash, the Vayu is born, Vayu is sustained, and Vayu get dissolved. In the same way, this creation comes into being, manifestation, it is sustained and again get dissolved. So how the creation comes into manifestation? That Bhagwan now explains in the following verses. So verse number 7. Sarvabhutani kaunteya prakritim yanti mamikam kalpakshaye punastani kalpadav vishrujamyaham. Bhagwan says कि हे कौंतेय, हे अर्जुन, सर्वभूतानि प्रकृतिम यान्ति मामिकाम, that all these beings, means this all this creation, this world, prakritim yanti mamikam, it attains my prakriti, mamikam prakritim, attains my prakriti, Bhagwan's prakriti, this apara prakriti, the what you call ashtada prakriti, the trigunatmika prakriti. In that prakriti, the entire creation merges when kalpakshaye, at the end of kalpa. Now see, here we have seen similar verse in the 8th chapter also. But there in 8th chapter, Bhagwan was talking about 1 day of Prajapati Brahma. So 1 day of Prajapati Brahma is equal to 1000 Mahayuga. So at the end of 1 day of Brahma, the whole world goes into Laya, and then it remains in Laya for the period of 1 night of Brahma, which is also the same period as 1000 Mahayuga. And then again during the daytime of Brahma, the whole creation comes into manifestation. But Brahma remains same. Brahma is doesn't get dissolved with when he goes to sleep, and doesn't is not created when he wakes up. Just like when we go to sleep, we don't die. We just sleep for some time and we wake up in the same body. So that is 1 day of Brahma. Prajapati Brahma. Then one day of Brahma is made up of 1000 Mahayuga, that is daytime, and 1000 Mahayuga, that is night time of Brahma, Brahmaji. So 2000 Mahayugas equal to his 1 day and night. So this 2000 Mahayuga multiplied by 360 days. 360 days, not 65, 360 days equal to 1 year of Brahma. Okay? That is 1 year. In 1 year, 360 times Brahma goes to sleep and wake up. So 360 times the whole world get dissolved and again it comes into manifestation. One year of Brahma multiplied by 100 means 100 years of Brahma is his life span. Brahma masculine, huh? Many people get confused with Brahma. Brahma is Brahman, neuter gender, the supreme reality. But when we say Brahma, it is Prajapati Brahma, that is Hiranyagarbha and Vaishvanara. So 100 years of Brahma is his lifespan. So once his lifespan is over, Brahma, what you call his, the whole creation goes into unmanifestation. The whole creation becomes one with Bhagwan, with Ishvara, merges into Bhagwan, means in his Prakriti, which is not different from Bhagwan. So everything becomes one with Bhagwan's Prakriti or Bhagwan. So the 1 day of Brahma, Prajapati Brahma, is called Kalpa, but 1 lifetime of Brahma is called Mahakalpa. So here Bhagwan is talking about Mahakalpa. After the end of Brahma's lifespan, then Brahma's dissolves, Brahma's body also gets dissolved totally, means Samashti Mana, Samashti Buddhi, and Pancha Tanmatras and the entire creation, Pancha Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, Manabuddhi, Chitta, Hankar, everything, Stula, Pancha Mahabhut, everything gets dissolved into Bhagwan's Prakriti, means becomes one with Bhagwan. Means there remains nothing separate. Ishvara alone is there as that Brahma, means everything remains as Brahma. Therefore in the Upanishad it is said, before the creation everything was that Brahma alone, that Sat alone. Sadeva Saumya idam agra asit. Just as let us say a block of gold is there, you don't see any ornaments in them. It is pure gold alone. But from that block, when we make different ornaments, then there are 100 different varieties of ornaments are there. And when these ornaments are again melted, they lose their names, forms, they lose their separate identity, and they are all known as gold only. Similarly, when the creation is there are different beings and they have their own different identity. Right from Hiranyagarbha, Vaishvanara, the Devatas and different other creatures, human being, animal, bird, plant, each one of them have different name, different form, different identities, different bodies, different karmendriya, jnanendriyas. But when this Mahapralaya, that Mahakalpa, after the end of this Mahakalpa, after the end of Brahmaji's lifespan, Mahapralaya happens, wherein everything merges and become one with that Brahma. There remains no separateness of any kind. That is what Bhagwan is talking about in this verse. So we see the grand scale at which the whole world exists, and it is sustained and get dissolved. Brahma, Prajapati Brahma's one day itself is so vast. What to talk about the entire lifespan of Brahma. So even though Brahma has got a very long lifetime, but it also comes to an end. At present, that Brahma who is there, not that he is ignorant, he is an enlightened being, he is Jivan Mukta. But at the end of his lifespan, he becomes one with that Brahma, means his body gets dissolved. It's like Videha Mukti. So Bhagavan says, Sarva Bhutani, all beings, He Kaunteya, Prakritim Yanti Mamikam, comes to my Prakriti. Ishvara's Prakriti, this Para, Apara Prakriti. But all this world got manifested, all the bodies of everyone got manifested from Bhagwan's Apara Prakriti. So everything merges into Apara. Then even pranas, they merge. And everything remains as Avyakrita in Ishvara, means without any distinction. There is no distinction between Ishvara and his Prakriti, his Shakti. Means Ishvara, everything remains as that pure Brahma alone. So Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakshaye. So at the end of this Kalpa, at the end of Brahma's lifespan, that is at the end of Mahakalpa, that Mahapralaya happens and everything merges. And this Mahapralaya remains, means everything remains merged. Everything becomes one with that Sat Brahma and remains like that for a period of 100 years of Brahma, means the same period. 100 years of Brahma, which is equal to one day of Brahma is told is equal to 1 day and night of Brahma is 2000 Mahayugas. That multiplied by 360 is 1 year of Brahma. That multiplied by 100 is his lifespan, 100 years. So for 100 Brahma's years, the whole creation remains in Laya Avastha, that Mahapralaya. At present, I had mentioned this before also, at present Brahma, the present Brahma is 50 years old. So we are exactly at half period like of Brahma's lifespan, 50 years old. So after 50 years are over, then that Mahapralaya will happen. But here Bhagwan is describing it. So the entire Pralaya happens. Then after the period of 100 years of Brahma, that period, the Laya Avastha remains. And after that, Punastani Kalpado Vishrujami Aham. And when that again that Kalpa begins, then the entire creation comes into manifestation. And when that creation again comes into manifestation, a new Brahma is born. A new Brahma means another Jiva becomes Brahma in that new creation. Then he gives birth to Vaishvanara. Then he gives birth to all the Devatas and the Saptarishis and all, and gives birth to all other creatures. And as I had mentioned, that in the next Mahakalpa, Hanumanji will be the next Brahma. So this is the grand scale at which the entire creation and sustenance and dissolution happens. So this is all true, this is all real. The world is real, constantly changing. The world is real. The world is not mithya. But everything is that Brahma alone. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. So we have to realize our own self as Brahma according to the guidance given by our scriptures. Because if we have some other concept in our head, we will not be able to realize the truth properly. We will not be able to realize it. So taking the guidance of the scriptures step by step, if we do our sadhana, we will be able to realize our own self. So when the whole Mahapralaya happens and when again the Srishti is created, then what happens? Bhagavan says in the next verse, Prakritim swamavashtabhya vishrujami punah punah bhutagramamimam krishnam avasham prakriter vashat. Bhagavan says that Prakritim swam avashtabhya vishrujami punah punah, that controlling my Prakriti, having my Prakriti under my control. This para Prakriti is under the control of Ishvara. It is his Shakti. So Shakti is under the control of the Shaktiman. So controlling, keeping my Prakriti in my control, I project the world, Vishrujami. I create the world, I give birth to the world again and again. Vishrujami. See, in English we translate this as creation, but the real translation, better translation will be giving birth, because Shrijan, Shrijan means to give birth. Bhagwan gives birth to the world. See, just as a mother gives birth to the child is already present in the mother and she gives birth. Similarly, potentially the whole world is present and Bhagwan gives birth to this world again and again. So, Prakritim swam avashtabhya vishrujami punah punah bhutagramam imam krishnam. What is this world? Bhagavan says bhutagramam, the different creatures, the different types of beings. See, at the end of this Mahapralaya, that sankalpa comes in Bhagavan's in Bhagavan. That let me create this world again. And with that sankalpa is that avyakrita prakriti, the prakriti that is para prakriti, which has merged in Bhagavan, as though gets distinguished as para and apara. And that apara prakriti are again expressed into eightfold. Avyakta, Mahatattva, Ahankar, Panchatanmatras. Means all this Bhagwan's Prakriti gets ready for the new creation to happen. With the Sankalpa that let me create this world, the Prakriti gets activated, and from Bhagwan's Prakriti, from Bhagwan, then spontaneously that Hiranyagarbha is born. Therefore Hiranyagarbha is called Swayambhu, who is born by himself spontaneously. Means the Jiva who had done lot of tapas and who want to become a Brahma. Many Jivas who do tapas to become Brahma, one of them becomes Brahma. So that Jiva is spontaneously born as Hiranyagarbha. Then that Hiranyagarbha has got Samashti Mana, Samashti Buddhi, Samashti Ahankar and Prana, and the Pancha Tanmatras are there. The Ahankar of Hiranyagarbha is made up of the Vyakta Prakriti and Avidya. All this I had said before also when we studied the 7th chapter. This is a revision. So Avyakta Prakriti plus Avidya is the Ahankar of this Hiranyagarbha. He has got this Ahankar, means this feeling that I am this creator, I am the doer, I want to create this world, I want to sustain this world. And he has got this understanding of the creation as it was in the previous Mahakalpa, in the previous Kalpa. So with all this in mind, Hiranyagarbha converts these Panchatanmatras into gross 5 elements, Panchamahabhut. With the creation of Panchamahabhut, that Vaishvanara is born. From Brahma, Vaishvanara is born. So Vaishvanara is also Jiva. Vaishvanara also has got this Samashti Mana, Samashti Buddhi, Samashti Ahankar, Prana. Then Vaishvanara creates the entire Shrishti as it was before, creates bodies of all the devatas, all the rishis and sapta rishis and all other beings, plus what you call the bodies of the plants and animals and other creatures and human beings. The entire creation is born, is manifested. So this all things happen triggered by the sankalpa of Ishvara. Everything happens. So prakritim swam avashtabhya vishrujami punah punaha So controlling my Prakriti, I give birth to all beings punah punaha, again and again. See, all the beings are expression of Vaishvanara. All the physical world and all the physical bodies of all beings are expressing from Vaishvanara. The Samashti Sharira is Vaishvanara himself. Vaishvanara himself is born from Hiranyagarbha, and Hiranyagarbha is born from Ishvara. So everything is projected from Ishvara, sustained in Ishvara, and again goes back into Ishvara. So Bhagavan says, punah punaha, again and again, bhuta gramam imam krishnam. The entire beings, krishnam means total, everyone, Vishrujami is projected, is given birth. Avasham. Avasham means helplessly. See, all beings, they have their anadi avidya, and due to this anadi avidya, they have their own vasanas, their desires. So even when the pralaya happens, the beings potentially are present, and their vasanas and all, everything is present. So when the creation happens, all of them again get their respective bodies, get their respective Sukshma Sharir, and they live in this world helplessly, avasham, because as long as we have this avidya and the vasanas and all, we are helplessly born again and again. There is no choice. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam. This goes on and on. So avasham prakritir vashat, controlled and under the control of Prakriti, means under the control of their own avidya, associated with Bhagavan's Prakriti, all beings are helplessly born again and again and again. So this, what you call, we experience our Jagrat Avastha, all the activities and all that is happening in the Jagrat Avastha is managed by Vaishvanara. All that happens in Swapna Avastha at a subtler level is managed by Hiranyagarbha. All that happens in the Sushupti Avastha, deep sleep, managed by Ishvara. The Mahapralay and again Srishti happens by blessings of Ishvara. So this is the grand scale in which this entire creation functions. It's most fascinating. Details and all are described in various Puranas and different Upanishads and all. But this much is sufficient for us to know. So Bhagavan alone gives birth to the world, sustains the world, and again dissolves the world. So one question comes in the mind, which Shankaracharya ji raises here, कि तर्हि तस्यते परमेश्वरस्य भूतग्रामं विषमं विदधतः तन्निमित्ताभ्यां धर्माधर्माभ्यां संबंधः स्यात् इति इदम् आह Bhagavan. Since Bhagavan is projecting this world of different beings with having their different samskar, That means Bhagwan is what you call, Bhagwan becomes the doer of this action. So if Bhagwan is the doer of this action, then he must be bound by this action. So just as all beings are bound by actions, that means Ishvara also is bound by actions, because he himself said that I create this world, I give birth to this world again and again, and everything gets dissolved in me. So does it mean that Bhagwan is bound by this action? So Bhagwan says no. In the next verse he says, न च मां तानि कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय उदासीनवदासीनम् असक्तं तेषु कर्मसु. Bhagwan says no, I am not bound by this karma. How come? He says, न च मां तानि कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय. These karmas don't bind me, because these karmas happen spontaneously in my very presence. Udasinavad asinam. I remain udasinavad, unaffected, like a witness, totally uninvolved. Udasina, upekshakaha, disinterested, totally uninvolved. I remain udasinavad asinam, asaktam, unattached to the karma. There is no attachment to the karma, means there is no notion that I am the doer of this karma and I am doing this karma for a particular result. This type of notion is not there in Ishvara. Shankaracharya ji writes, कि उदासीनवद आसीनम यथा उदासीन उपेक्षकः कश्चित् तद्वत् आसीनम आत्मनः अविक्रियत्वात्. Because Atma, that Bhagwan's Swarupa, is free from all vikriya, free from all change, free from all modification. Asaktam, Bhagwan remains asakta. Asakta means phala sangarahitam, free from attachment to the results of action. And abhimana varjitam, and free from the abhiman, the notion that aham karomi iti, that I am the doer of this action. See, in Ishvara there is no ahankar, as it is there in the jivas. In Hiranyagarbha, in Vaishvanara, in all the devatas, in everyone there is ahankar, that I am the doer. That notion that I am the karta, bhokta, jnata is there. That itself makes a person a jiva, the jiva bhavana, that I am the karta, bhokta, jnata. This is not there in Ishvara. Spontaneously the creation happens in Ishvara for the welfare of the entire world. Everything is sustained, everything gets dissolved. Without the sense of doership, everything happens. This Bhagwan had said in the 4th chapter also, while talking about the Chaturvarnyam. There Bhagwan had said that tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram avyayam. Though I appear to be the karta of all this Chaturvarnya and this world, but understand I am akarta and avyayam. I am not the doer, and no modification happens in me. See, just as let us say you keep some water in a bucket out in the open, in the bright sunlight. then what will happen? The water will get evaporated. So generally we say the sun evaporated this water. We superimpose sense of doership on the sun, but sun is not doing anything. Sun is just existing. Sun is just present. Sun is not drying anything. Sun is not giving light to anyone, but sun is of the nature of light and heat. In the very presence of the sun, those who come in the presence of sun, they get the light and heat. But sun doesn't have a sense of doership. In the same way, in the presence of Ishvara, the entire creation happens, sustained, and get dissolved. There is no sense of doership in Ishvara. So, Udasinavat Asinam. Shankaracharya ji writes कि अतः अन्यस्य अपि कर्तृत्व अभिमान अभावः. If others also, means jivas also, bring this bhava in them that I am not the doer, and phalasanga abhavaha, and also remove all attachment for the results of action, then the jiva also will become free of all bondage. Abandhakaranam अन्यथा कर्मभिः बध्यते मूढ़ः कोशकारवत् इति अभिप्रायः. So when that is what Bhagavan teaches us, the karma yoga, that while performing karma, slowly and steadily bring that understanding that I am not the doer, and bring that vairagya that I don't want anything. So when we, through our karma yoga, when our mind becomes pure, and when we gain that knowledge, we can drop our sense of doership, karma sannyas, and meditate and realize our self, which is not a doer. The self, the pure self, is free from the notion of karta, bhokta, jnata. I am not a doer of any action. I am not an enjoyer of any results. I am not knower of any objects. These are all happening in this prakriti only. See, just as when we are in deep sleep, I, the self in deep sleep, is not doing anything, is not knowing anything, is not enjoying anything. I am free from all my connection with the physical body, the subtle body. That is my real self. So Bhagavan is also that supreme, Bhagavan is the supreme self, Brahma, free from the sense of doership, enjoyership, knowership. So even though the entire creation is ultimately attributed to Ishvara, but he is not a doer. Therefore there is no karma bandhan for Ishvara. Ishvara is nitya shuddha buddha mukta svabhavaha. He is always free, always pure, always enlightened. So if Bhagavan is not a doer, how this creation happens, that Bhagavan now tells in the following words. Very nice, beautiful words. Bhagavan says, Mayadhyakshena prakritihi सूयते सचराचरं हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय जगद्विपरिवर्तते. भगवान सेज कि मया अध्यक्षेण प्रकृति सूयते सचराचरम. So Bhagwan's Prakriti, which is actually not different from Ishvara, but for the sake of explanation, it is indicated as the Upadhi of Ishvara. So from this Upadhi of Ishvara, this Prakriti, the entire creation happens. And what does Bhagwan do? He just remains there as a witness. Maya adhyakshena, in my presence. Adhyaksha. Adhyaksha we translate it as a president. Adhyaksha means adhyaksha, means Bhagwan just keeps an eye. Means in the very presence of Ishvara, Prakriti suyate sacharacharam. My Prakriti gives birth to the entire creation. In my very presence, the Prakriti gives birth to the entire creation. Because in this Prakriti, there is the samskar of the infinite jivas. As we have said, that Prakriti is associated with that avidya of all these beings. So avidya sanyuktam avyaktam, the samskar of all the jivas are there. So based on that, the Prakriti gives birth to the entire creation. Though we say that first Hiranyagarbha is born, then Vaishvanara, that everything happens spontaneously from Prakriti. Just as when a seed, you sow a seed in the soil, it splits into two, it sprouts. You see the thing coming out. Then two leaves also come, and slowly it grows. Different branches also comes out. More and more leaves they come. It keeps on growing. After few months or years, it becomes like a huge tree. Lot of flowers and lot of fruits also come. So all this happens in their respective stages. But how come it all happens? The samskar is there in the seed. And the life force is there. So with that, the whole seed manifests as a tree. Similarly, the Shakti of Bhagwan is there. And the avidya of all these beings, which are, means their samskars are there, which gives rise to this entire creation spontaneously. So, Maya adhyakshena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam. Hetu nanena kaunteya jagad viparivartate. With this hetu, with this, in this way, because of this reason, due to my prakriti, Bhagwan says, all the activities in the world happen. So the activities which are happening in this whole world, the Shakti comes from Bhagwan's Prakriti only. And the Prerana, the Pravritti comes from the Vidya of all these beings. See, like at home, the children are there, mother is there, the children are hungry, mother is just relaxing, but children are hungry, they want to eat something, but they don't have the Shakti to cook, but they have the desire to eat. And mother has got the Shakti to cook, but she doesn't want to eat anything. So combination of the mother's Shakti and the desires of all the children together work towards cooking the food and feeding the children. In the same way, for everything that happens in this world, the Shakti, the power, comes from Ishvara. But he is not interested in anything. He has got no desires. He has got nothing to gain or lose. But infinite jivas are there. They have infinite desires and they want fulfillment of their desires. So Bhagwan Shakti and all these desires of all beings put together gives birth to the world. It is sustained and get dissolved. This is how Bhagwan says everything happens. Hetuna anena kaunteya jagad viparivartate. The jagat, all the activity by this, due to this reason. Okay? So this is a grand scheme by which the world is born, the world is sustained, and the world goes into again Lay Avastha. More about this we will see in our class tomorrow. So hope all of you are learning and enjoying this lectures also. You can give some of your feedback so that I know. And we will meet tomorrow. Till then, you take care. Look after yourself. Be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy. And we meet again tomorrow. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Boliye Siyava Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.